Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about some textbook problems based on hybridization. Let us do some of the questions. It is a text question 9.5. Explain on the basis of valence bond theory that NiCN4 2 negative ion with square planar structure is diamagnetic and the NiCl4 2 negative ion with tetrahedral geometry is paramagnetic. That means here the two complexes are given. One is square planar but it is diamagnetic. The other one is tetrahedral but it is paramagnetic. So on the basis of valence bond theory, that is on the basis of hybridization, we need to discuss this geometry and its magnetic behavior. So let us make the hybridization for these. As we have discussed already in the tabular form, that is when the hybridization is different, they have different geometry. For example, in both the cases, the coordination number is 4 because here it is Cn4 and here it is Cl4. Coordination number is 4, that is two possibilities are there, that is sp3 or dsp2. When it have a sp3 hybridization, the geometry is tetrahedral, and when it have dsp2 hybridization, then it have a geometry square planar. So depending upon the hybridization, its geometry differ. So let us see how the geometry of these are differing on the basis of hybridization. For explaining the difference in the hybridization, let us make the hybridization for these complexes. Here, the difference in these two complexes is actually the ligands. Ligands are differing. When you look at here, the ligand Cn is a strong field ligand and Cl is a weak field ligand. So when you make the hybridization here, the central metal ion in both the case is Ni. Nickel is a central metal ion. So first of all, we'll make the ground state configuration. Nickel atomic number, that is, what is the atomic number? 28. So 3d8 4s2. That is the ground state electronic configuration. 2 electrons are there in 4s and 8 electrons are there in 3d. But the oxidation state of nickel here, it is 2. When you find it out by using the X method, the oxidation state of nickel in this is +2. So you have to remove the 2 electron. From where you remove first? You have to remove the electron from 4s, then only from 3d. That is important to remember. Remove the electron from 4s. Now only 2 electrons has to be removed. That electron we have to remove from 4s. So in the Ni2 plus state, we can see that there are 8 electrons, that is only in the D. Now the 4s is empty and 4p is already empty here. If there is a strong field ligand like Cn is a strong field ligand. At the time pairing will begins. The strong field ligands makes the electron to pair. So here you can see the 2 electrons which is in the D, 3D will get pair. So this electron will get pair here. So that is shown here. Now the electrons are paired. Total 8 electrons are there here that get paired in this way. Now after the pairing of electron due to the strong field Cn, here one d orbital is vacant. That is one 3d orbital is vacant. So that 3d orbital, one s orbital and 2 p orbitals undergoing intermixing. So the hybridization here, it is one inner d orbital, one s orbital and 2 p orbitals are undergoing intermixing. That means it is undergoing hybridization. So the hybridization is here, that is dsp2 hybridization. When the hybridization is dsp2, then what will be the geometry? The geometry will be square planar, where M is the central metal ion, that is nickel ion here, and the 4Cn is occupying the 4 corners of the square. and the overall charge it is 2 negative. That should be written on this. So that is the geometry, that is square planar geometry. So on the basis of hybridization we have explained that NiCN4 2 negative ion having square planar geometry, and when you look at here all the electrons are paired, that means it is diamagnetic, and when it is all electrons are paired we can say that it is colorless. So on the basis of hybridization we have explained that it is diamagnetic and colorless and its geometry is square planar. But in the other example, when you look at here, the same central metal ion but the ligand is different. Here the ligand is actually Cl negative, that is actually weak field ligand. So it does not makes the electrons to pair. So in this case the central metal ion is same. So the configuration for 3Ni2 plus, that is 3D8, because the 4s electron get removed, 3D8, as like here same 3D8. Now when it have 8 electrons, these 8 electrons are, it is in the D, but here the ligand which is approaching here, that is weak field ligand. So weak field ligand does not causes pairing. So these require 4 empty orbitals. So that 4 empty orbitals, that is 1 4s and 3p 4p orbitals are involving in the hybridization. That means the orbitals which is undergoing intermixing, that is 1 s orbital and 3p orbitals undergoing intermixing, that is 1s and 3p. Therefore the hybridization is sp3. So the sp3 hybrid orbitals, it will accept the electron pairs. We can say that the electron pairs are shared between the ligand, that is Cl. So 4 ligand will contribute the electron to form coordinate covalent bond to the hybrid orbitals of central metal ion. So what will be the geometry if the hybridization is sp3? When the hybridization is sp3, the geometry is tetrahedral, where M is the central metal ion and the 4 ligands are occupying the 4 corners in the tetrahedral region. So when you are making, particularly for this example, if you make the structure, how you make this one? The nickel that you have to keep in the center, make the tetrahedral and keep Cl on the 4 corners and whole, what is the charge here? 2 negative. So that you have to keep a 2 negative charge on this. So this is the geometry, tetrahedral geometry for this complex. And on the basis of this hybridization, we can explain that it is paramagnetic. Why? Because 2 unpaired electrons are present in it. That is, it is paramagnetic and it is colored. That it is due to the excitation of unpaired electron to the upper d orbital. So that is a dd transition is involved. So here on the basis of hybridization, we can explain the geometry, its magnetic behavior and its coloration. We can explain on the basis of this. So here the central metal ion is same for both the cases, but the ligands are different. One is the strong field, other one is the weak field. Therefore, one is forming inner d orbital in the hybridization, that is dsp2, and other is using only the outer orbitals, that is sp3 orbitals are involved in the hybridization. So on the basis of this, we can say that the ligands are of different type, therefore they show different. One is diamagnetic, other one is paramagnetic. This one is colorless, this one is colored. So this is what this problem says. Next question, that is an in-text question. Explain CONH363 positive is a linear orbital complex, whereas NiNH362 positive is an outer orbital complex. So here we need to say that whether why it is an inner, the other one is outer orbital complex. So that is actually we need to find it out. It's a hybridization. So this question is also based on the hybridization. So let us do the hybridization for this one. That is here the coordination number is 6. So what are the two possibilities of hybridization? That is sp3d2 or d2sp3. So if it is an inner means inner orbital complex means we have to prove that its hybridization is d2sp3, and if it is outer means outer orbital complex means its hybridization should be sp3d2. So actually what we are need to finding out here, that is the hybridization of the first complex which is given here, that is the hybridization should be inner, that we have to show here because it is given inner orbital complex, that is its hybridization should be d2sp3, and for other the hybridization should be sp3d2, that we have to prove here. So we are doing the hybridization for this. So when we are doing the hybridization, first of all we have to find it out the oxidation state of central metal ion, that is +3. So the number of electron available in D is 6. So we'll be making 6 electron in 3D. 4s 4p are empty because NH3 being a strong field, it causes pairing of electron. So when the electron get paired, that is 6 electrons in D get paired. Now you can see here 2 orbitals in the D is available, that is empty, and 1 s orbital, that is 4s, and 3 4p orbitals. So these undergoes hybridization. So whichever orbitals are undergoing hybridization, that is 2d orbital, 1s, and 3p orbitals undergoing intermixing. So the hybridization is d2sp3. So here the inner d orbitals are involving in the hybridization. Therefore, it is called as inner orbital complex. But when you look at in the case of second complex, which is given here, here the nickel is a central metal ion. Its oxidation state is +2. So nickel is 3d8 4s2. So what will be the number of electron in D available? 8. So these 8 electron we have to fill it into the 3d orbital. 4s and 4p are empty here because the 2 electron in 4s is get removed. So here 3d having 8 electrons. As NH3 is a strong field ligand which causes pairing. But when it causes a pairing of 8 electron which is available in the D, when it get paired, so at the time there will be only 1 empty orbitals are there in the D. But in order to form D2sp3 hybridization, 2 d orbitals are required. Here only 1 empty orbital is there. So instead of going D2sp3 hybridization, it undergoes sp3 hybridization, sp3d2 hybridization. That is here the intermixing of 4s orbital and 3 4p and 2 4d orbitals are involving in the hybridization. Therefore, this type of hybridization is sp3d2. As when you compare both the cases here, 3d orbitals are involving in the hybridization, that is inner d orbital, and here 4d orbitals are involving, that is outer d orbitals. Therefore, this complex is called as outer orbital complex and this is called as inner orbital complex. So its answer is also there in the hybridization. Next question, that is also an in-text question. FeH2O6 3 positive is strongly paramagnetic, whereas FeCN6 3- is weakly paramagnetic. Here we have to say that one is strongly paramagnetic, other is weakly paramagnetic. So this type of question depends upon the number of unpaired electron. That means we need to find out n. N is the number of unpaired electron. When you find out the number of unpaired electron, we need to find out mu, that is magnetic moment. So which one have greater value of mu, that will be strongly paramagnetic. So you need to make the hybridization in order to identify the number of unpaired electron. So once you get the number of electron, you can find out the value of mu. So let us do first the hybridization for these. As here the central metal ion in the first complex is Fe3+. That is, how much electrons are there? 5 electrons are there in the D. Here the ligand is weak. H2O is a weak field ligand. Therefore, it does not causes the pairing. So the D electron will remain as it is. So how much orbitals are required to coordinate? That is 6. So 6 orbital, because the coordination number is 6. So the 6 empty orbitals undergoes hybridization. That is S 4s orbital and 3 4p orbital and 2 4d orbitals. So these orbitals that undergoes hybridization. So that is 4s, 3 4p and 2 4d undergoes hybridization. So this type of hybridization is called as sp3d2 hybridization. So here let us do for the next one. In the next one also the central metal ion is Fe3+, that is 5 electron are there in the 3D. But here the field is, that is a ligand field. Here it is strong field ligand, therefore it causes pairing. So now the 5 electron which undergoes pairing, so you can see this get paired. So when it get paired, now 2 empty orbitals are available in D. So that orbital, that is 2 orbital, empty orbital in D, 1s and the 3p orbitals undergoes hybridization. So how many orbitals are involving? That is 2 d orbital, 1s and 3p orbitals are involving in the hybridization. So this hybridization is called as D2sp3 hybridization. So when you look at these two cases, here what is the number of unpaired electron here? That is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 electrons are here unpaired because here pairing is not taking place. But in this case, the same 5 electron which is in the D, it get paired. So how many number of unpaired is there? Only single unpaired electron is present. So 5 unpaired electron is there in the first complex and 1 unpaired electron in the second complex. Now let us find the mu value for both. Value of mu can be calculated from the formula, that is spin only formula, that is under root n into n plus 2. So here the value of n is equal to 5 for this complex. So when we keep the value of n here, so what we get the value, that is under root 35, that is approximately it will be getting 6. But in the case of second complex here, the value of n is equal to 1. So when you put the values here in the formula, we'll be getting approximately 1.7 bm. So when you compare these here, as the number of electron is, the unpaired electron is greater, then itself we can say that it is a strongly paramagnetic. So it can be proved by the formula, spin only formula. So here the value is 6 and here the value is 1.7. So which one have greater value of mu? That is strongly paramagnetic. So you can say that this complex is strongly paramagnetic as it is given in the question. So we can say that this complex is strongly paramagnetic. The other one is weakly paramagnetic. So this question is also depending upon the hybridization.